going on, guys? We got some Vikings news this week. Safety Anthony Harris finally signed his franchise tag, and it's going to be worth $11.4 million.
The highest safety in the league is rounded out at about $14 million.
And that's Eddie Jackson, I believe.
Yep. Eddie Jackson.
Which there was talks of them trading him because the Vikings are so up against the cap.
Mm-hmm.
And they're already paying Harrison Smith. I think Harrison Smith makes 10.5, something like that.
Sounds about right.
So you got two safeties that are making over $20 million this year
They're
together.
Though.
Yeah, they are. And I don't know what this means after this year. They're going to try to work out a deal. But I don't know. $14 million.
Right.
He's really good. I mean, he just started coming into his own, the last couple of years. So
he had the game-saving pick, right, versus Breeze?
Yeah. And he was an undrafted guy. Vikings have a knack with some of these guys. I don't know, Thielen, I think Everson.
Right.
I mean, they turn. I don't know. I think Zimmer's got away with defense. But anyway, he was the highest graded safety last year from Pro Football Focus.
That's awesome.
And then the year before, he was the third highest.
Like you said, the last couple of years, he's came into his own. He's really started to prove.
Now, do you think that with him and Harrison Smith, do you think that's the best safety tandem league-wise we have?
Duo, absolutely.
I think so.
I think so. That's the best. It's going to be the best duo going into 2020.
And I think those guys are pretty underrated, too. I think there's a lot of those players on their defense I don't think a lot of people talk about.
Well, then, too, they just drafted the corner at TCU.
Yeah,
that should be
Jeff
great
Gladney. Yeah, they need corner help right now, but I mean,
one more stat to look at. You said he was highest graded, then the third highest graded, and then last year he led the NFL with 7 interceptions.
Yeah.
So definitely the franchise tag is.
It's
definitely worth the tag, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
If you're putting up league leading numbers, then you're definitely worth it.
I think they'll try to work out a deal with him. He's the kind of guy, too. I think a lot of those guys take more of a team-friendly deal. He might not try to want to make $14 million. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Because I think Harrison Smith's contract's coming up soon, too. So they'll have to restructure that, too. So
I'd say probably about a 3-year deal, probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, 3-4 years. I think he'd sign it if the numbers were right.
They've got a lot going on right now, though, because Dalvin Cook's coming up. And they've got like $7 million right now. So
it's a tough spot.
Speaking of underrated,
Danielle
Hunter, we kind of did a little looking at stats a little bit. He's got 54.5 sacks through 5 seasons played. The best sack, the guy with the most sacks in history is Bruce Smith. Through the same amount, through 5 seasons, Bruce Smith had 57.5. So he's only 3 sacks behind the greatest sack master ever through the same amount of seasons.
And you don't hear much about him.
Underrated, man.
One of the guys
he's a beast.
Free agent. It seems like Everson Griffin gets all the highlight.
Yeah.
Now, he's saying stats. What did he have? 54.5?
Yep, 54.5 sacks through 5 seasons.
So right now he's rated at 154 on the all-time list.
He's going to go up real quick.
And he's only 25 right now.
If he continues this pace, he's going to go up real quick on that list.
Right now, the highest active player is number 8, and that is Terrell Suggs with 139. And that's 16 years. So he's got half of that.
In 5 years.
And third of the time.
Right.
Just to kind of throw another number at you, the next one active is Von Miller at 26 with 106. So he's got half of that.
Yeah, he could have that in another 5 years. He could be up to 100 if he keeps the same pace.
Yeah.
I think if they don't get Griffin back, I think it will be a little bit different because they'll be getting double teamed.
But anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there. I thought that was a cool stat.
Skull, baby, skull.
I'm just ready for the season to start.
Yeah, me too.
But really, that's about all the Viking news we got right now. Hopefully, some stuff happens and we can have some Viking news next week.
Yeah, or some Raven news. We didn't have any Raven news this week.
No Raven
stuff going on.
So, I guess.
Anyhow,
tune in next week. See if we got some Viking news. Skull, baby!
Peace out.
Skull!